Welcome to the March 28th, 2022 meeting of the Parks and Recreation Committee of Boulder City, Nevada. I call this meeting to order. Has the meeting been posted in accordance with Nevada open meeting law?
Yes, it has.
And do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first item is public comment. Public comment at this juncture can only be on items that are currently on the agenda for action. So that'd be items 1 through 6. Any public comment from the audience at this time? Hearing none, there are opportunities to make public comment by calling 702-589-9629 or via the Boulder City website. There's a public comment page and form there. Again, that number is 702-589-9629. Okay, it looks like there's no public comment for now. There will be another opportunity on item 7 for additional public comment. Our first item is to approve the minutes from the January 24th, 2022 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve those?
I have a correction.
Okay, we have a correction on those.
I missed Jennifer. She wasn't here. It says she's present. Turn your mic on, please. Oh, it's not on. Okay. Push. Yeah, I missed her. She wasn't here last time. They have her listed as being present. And I know, Sherry, you were gone. So I just thought, you need to, that's trivial, but I thought you might want to correct that.
Do we need a motion to do that, or is it?
So what you can do is just say, I would like to approve the minutes as noted to be amended.
Oh, I can say that. I make the motion. Somebody can.
I'm bad at motions. Okay, I'd like to approve the minutes with the correction about attendance. Is that good?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Our next potential action item is items pertaining to the Muni Golf Course. Do we have any discussion on those? Do I have a motion to approve those minutes or that report?
I move to approve the report.
And second?
Second that.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The motion carries. Now we have a verbal report from Director Hall regarding the Muni Golf Course.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a lot of activity happening at the Boulder City Municipal Golf Course. Basically, I got with Matt, our superintendent, and he gave me a list of things, and I'll read a few of the items. Basically, leaves and pine cones are daily cleanup on the course. The first application of granular fertilizer to go down next week for the tees, fairways, and approaches. The second application of POA seed head suppression growth regulator was put down on the greens. The first fungicide application applied to the greens, surrounds, and collars to combat the seasonal disease. They're trimming all the low-hanging trees throughout the course so the carts don't run into them. The creek beds on 12 to 14 have been cleaned out of cattail and grasses. They're cleaning the DG areas along the houses on the back 9, 12 through 15. Trimming shrubs, weed eating, locating valve boxes, replacing leaky lake fill valves, and cleaning around the clubhouse as well as the parking lot as needed. Water feature on pumps number 7 and 8 are currently not working. The electrical department has been out to assess the issues and are contracting out for replacement of the pumps. The water feature on number 17 is also not working, and I believe the pump is locked up, and our electricians are also looking at that. The water feature on 13 and 14 is currently being worked on, and hopefully back in service in the next week or two. So hopefully we can get those back in service before it gets really, really hot, and we need to circulate that water. So that's about it. It's golf revenue is way up on the course, getting a lot of play on the course. The weather's been beautiful, and if you go by the parking lots, they're full. So we're very happy. Any questions?
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. I wondered why we don't get information on the Boulder Creek Golf Course, just the municipal golf course.
Well, basically, when this was established, the Parks and Rec Commission had information on the municipal golf course only, and it just we tell projects on the creek and that type of thing, but we have never done it that way. But we can. I have to check into it to see, but we just.
But it's still part of Parks and Recreation, right?
It is. It is.
And the same manager for both courses?
It is now. Yeah, it was 2 different courses, and so we kind of separated. We had a green committee that dealt with the Muni course, but I can give you aspects of Boulder Creek as well.
Because I'm hoping that's doing as well as the Muni is.
It is.
in
Both
terms
courses
of-
are doing great.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see the data on that. And
Yeah.
then I think I had another question, like what is the surcharge?
Surcharge is basically a fee that we charge players for playing the course based on if they play 9 or 18 holes, and it goes into a separate account that we use for maintenance of the course. So we take that money and we buy machines. We've financed golf carts with it. We bought mowers for the course for any improvements on the course. So now both courses have a surcharge account, and it's a separate fee that's charged for each golfer that goes into a separate account.
I'm not good at finance, so I don't know. Have we gotten the new golf carts yet that
We have 30 golf carts, I believe, at the creek, and 30 are coming probably next week, I would think. So, and the GPS units are put on, and you have some very happy golfers at the creek right now.
Great.
So we ordered 100 golf carts for Boulder City, and they're due in probably 5 to 6 months. September? Okay. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I'm sorry, Roger, will that bring the total golf carts to 160 or 100 total?
Well, 130 for the creek and 100 for Boulder City, and then I think we're going to keep a couple extra for special events.
Okay.
So that could change depending on batteries and all that good stuff. But
any other questions or comments for Director Hall? Okay, we'll move on to item 3, which is we need a motion to approve the operational reports of the Recreation Division.
I move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. Now we'll have a verbal report from Program Coordinator Jennifer Spinkling.
Hello. So what excuse me. So I gave you all a copy of our new spring brochure. It goes through August, and Nothing really new in there. We have some gymnastic camps that are new this summer, as well as Tiny Talk Camp. And then I just hired a new instructor that I'm so excited about. He is going to teach swing dance. So a new class for people that like to dance. He teaches currently at Foothill High School. They have a swing club, and he teaches there, and he holds one, probably once every couple of months, he'll rent the DWP and have a dance on Saturday nights, and he does pretty well. So he decided he wanted to teach. So we're gonna see how that goes. But I'm excited. I already have people that say, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that to happen."
Can we
So,
expect to see you and Greg there?
perhaps me, and I'd have to like find a friend. He said
Wait, I'm sorry, is swing dancing for couples or,
he told me you don't have to have a partner.
okay.
Because I did ask that.
Because you've also added the other ones, what are they? Contra and square dancing?
Square dancing, yes. And they start out with 2 hours in the afternoon, and they teach square dancing. And then the contra dance is in the evening, where they teach you the moves that you need to know how to do it that night. And we have a volunteer that hosts the event, and then they pay the 2 callers, and then we get the rest.
And we get a lot of people from out of town for those, don't we?
We do. They have clubs in Vegas. The reason they added the afternoon session, because people come from Searchlight, and they don't want to drive that late at night, so they wanted an earlier session. So yes, and Steve is very aware of the fact that the people come for the dance, they have a 2-hour break, and he wants to get information on our local eateries, things that the people can do when they come to that class. And he's all about Boulder City and, promoting the different businesses here. So it's a win-win for everybody on that.
Yeah, and it's a great program that you put together here. It looks great.
Yeah. I thought it turned out nice.
Yes, it looks great.
Thank
I love
you.
the bighorn sheep on there.
I believe Roger might have taken that picture. Yes.
That's
I'll
great.
give him photo credits. They
Good
see him
job.
coming and they all come down.
But, I'm old, and so some of us old-timers, they'll ask me, and since they know I'm on the commission, I'll go, are they ever going to do Zumba again, or dance fitness? And so you're adding all these dancing, but those are different.
Yeah,
People
and
loved them when they were here.
to do Zumba, Jim did kind of an abbreviated fitness dance class. So I haven't found anybody that's certified Zumba, and Jim just isn't quite, it's the head moves and things that he can't quite do. So,
At least he's back doing.
yes, he's
What,
doing
tap, adult
just
tap? And-
So, Jen, I think we interrupted you probably in your presentation, didn't we? Or are you on
No,
track?
I'm good.
Okay.
So that's my new special interest class. And then Mary, our functional fitness instructor, we've talked to her about teaching our office staff for a 10 or 15-minute class to show us how to kind of try and stay fit while we're sitting in our office. And so she said if I got resistance bands and some balls, she would show us how to do that at our desk while we're working. So we're all looking forward to that. And we've got our supplies now, we just have to bite the bullet and do it. So we're excited. And then it's kind of a trial because we would like to offer that for city employees at some point, is kind of our goal, to offer that to everybody, because we all need to think about that a little more when we're at our desk all day. My watch every once in a while tells me I need to stand up, and I'm like, I don't know, I can't do that right now. So I think it's very, very real that it's a good thing that would benefit all employees, help us stay healthier. Our safe key, we're looking a little better on staff. We've just submitted 3 individuals, and then one of our current individuals, we interviewed 2 or 3, I think it was 3 people, and she is now the assistant safe key coordinator. So Lori has a second 32-hour person that works So, and she's doing a fabulous job, kind of getting in there and doing it. So she's enjoying it. So we have 30 kids in our before and after school program. And then during our spring break, we are going to have 20. The reason behind that is we are going to do some field trips. We don't have enough staff to leave kids back. So everybody's going to go on the field trip, and we can have 20 kids and 4 adults in our vans. So everybody's going to go on every field trip. And we have donations, things like that, that anybody that can't afford to go on the field trip, because those are extra costs, we are going to go ahead and make that happen for everybody. So we're looking forward to that. I think we have something planned every single day. Some days there's multiples, and we are going to use some of our facilities. We're going to teach the kids volleyball. They're going to go to the pool. We also have a day where the kids are going to go swim. So we've asked our pickleball people if they would help us teach the kids how to play pickleball as well. So we've gotten some rackets for kids and balls, and so kind of exploring some new things this spring break.
Great. Some of those people that are going to help us are in the audience today.
Oh, good. I'm so excited. So then our art center, the pottery classes are just going crazy. Our one instructor is talking about adding a 3rd class. She teaches 2, and we have another instructor that teaches 1. So she's looking at adding another class because we're getting pretty full. So we're excited. It's just keeps building, you know, each month keeps growing. Our fitness center, the membership is growing. We did offer a spring special for members and employees, and both are going really well. Many members are just now coming back from COVID, but they're at pre-pandemic numbers as of last month. They just purchased a new recumbent bike, and they're getting a new elliptical machine very soon. Marcy and the staff is very happy to see it flourish again. Great to see new members and past members back at the fitness center. And I think that's all, so if anybody has any questions.
Big mouth here. Yeah, we talked about it last time, and I still get people reporting that they want to be able to pay as they go at the fitness center when they bring friends out of town, and only can call in, right, and pay by credit card. You can't just pay cash there like you can at the pool or something like that. So I don't know if that's going to change, or what do I tell people?
You know, it worked out so well for them at the fitness center. We've kind of left it as is. We can talk to Marcy. Julie, do you have?
Well, actually, the next option for them will, when we go to our online registration system, they'll be able to pay online, which we're currently looking into different options for that capability.
Because people want to bring a guest there or whatever, and they can't.
And it does affect them. It affects them on Fridays and Saturdays, and we understand that. And we're trying to work with the staff as well, just to see if, okay, it's a free pass then, you know.
So if it's online, they can do it on their phone or something like that?
Oh, for sure,
Okay.
yes, absolutely,
So
yes.
that's
Once we get-
possibility in the future, I can tell people you're working on that?
Oh, yes, yes, and you'll hear more about it on my, when I get to talk.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments for Jen? Okay, our next item, 3C, is a verbal report on the sports program, will be presented by Director Hall.
Thank you, sir. Kelly apologizes for not being here, but she's currently officiating volleyball, women's volleyball tonight. So if you want to see some good games, come on over right after this meeting and you'll see her in action. She gave me a few things to talk about adult sports. The sports department currently has women's volleyball on Monday nights in the new gym, and there's 6 teams in the league participating. We're very fortunate that we don't have to wear masks, but we had to, remember when we first started here, before the governor rescinded his mask mandate. But you know, they actually wore masks for one league, and it was quite hard on them, you know, playing an active sport like that. So co-ed softball is currently on Sunday nights at Hemingway Fields, and we have 5 teams representing various businesses in Boulder City and Henderson: the Boulder Dam Credit Union, TQ Pallets, Fox Smokehouse Barbecue, First Choice Automotive, and Gracie Barra Henderson's Jiu-Jitsu is featured at our co-ed softball. We are preparing for co-ed over the line on Thursday nights beginning in late April at Hemingway Ball Fields. That's a fun sport. On youth sports, we currently have 3rd through 6th grade floor hockey going in the old gymnasium on Tuesday and Thursday nights. We have 6 teams in the league, and they are playing through mid-April. If you haven't seen floor hockey, you got to go over and see it. It's fun. We have T-ball, coach pitch, baseball, and softball registration going on for May 5th start date. T-ball and coach pitch use Veterans Fields 1 and 4 on Tuesday and Thursday nights, and baseball and softball use both Hemingway Fields on Mondays and Wednesdays through mid-June. The sports department will be hosting a spring break basketball camp Monday through Thursday for 3rd through 6th graders from 1 to 3 p.m. April 11th through the 14th. And we're also in the early stages of organizing 2 one-half-day sports camps this summer for the same age group, as well as we introduce new sports or trending activities to get the age group to go and have fun in an athletic setting. For field usage, Boulder City High School is utilizing both Bravo and Wayland Fields Monday through Saturdays through May for the high school season. Little League is usually utilizing Vets 1, 2, and 4 Monday through Saturday through May. HGSA is utilizing Vets 3 Monday through Saturdays through April. We have spring rentals 1 to 2 times a month with Vegas Valley, Nevada Baseball Association, and senior softball using Wayland Veterans 2 and 3 in both Hemingway Fields. The Parks and Rec Department has been meeting with the LVCVA in a youth and amateur sports coalition to draw events and tournaments to Boulder City, and this ultimately would increase tourism, use our facilities, and increase revenue for our local hotels, restaurants, and stores. A lot of activities in adult and youth sports, and I can say that with COVID kind of being over, people are really signing up. They want to get out of the house and play. So, any questions?
Hearing none, thank you, Director Hall.
Thank you.
Next is item 3D, which is a verbal report from Manager Julie Callaway.
Thank you. I left on the dais for you the special event master list for the next 12 months. As you can see, there's lots of activity on there. This past weekend, our city was particularly very busy. We had over 18 different rentals, special events, gazebos, parties, classroom rentals, just in the couple of days over the weekend. So staff has been very busy today. I think we probably processed about 4 or 5 different facility rentals moving forward from, gazebos and classrooms and parks as well. So busy time of year, the weather's nice, and so people want to get out and enjoy it. And we're happy to have them and open up our facilities for them. Roger mentioned golf carts. They have arrived at Boulder Creek. The ones for the municipal golf course are scheduled for September. They were ordered in January. The September arrivals were ordered in January, and the ones that we just got were ordered last September. So supply chain is very, very slow. So, but we're grateful to have them, and I know our golfers and our golf staff is very happy to have them there, that they don't have to tow in any more carts. It'll be nice for them. A couple projects that we're working on. We're grateful to an Eagle Scout project at Wayland Field around the storage facility. One of the Eagle Scouts, who's also a baseball player, put in stairs just to make it a little bit easier so that there's not a washout every time there's rain. And I'll show you a picture of that. Another project we're working on, we put in a purchase order request today for the outdoor pickleball courts at Broadbent. Thank you. Broadbent Park, tennis courts. It's actually the 3rd vendor that we have been working with, and we hope this one actually, it actually comes through. I talked to one of the office managers today and begging and pleading to get actually on the books to have them out here and get those lines for pickleball. Another project that you may or may not be aware of is the transformation of Xeriscape Park. If you're not familiar with that, that is one of our neighborhood parks, and that is off Buchanan, off of Royal Birkdale. It's a smaller community park. It was in need of a little renovation, or maybe a lot. Overgrown trees, downed limbs, old irrigation, roots exposed. It's not going to look like that anymore. It's going to be a beautiful, brand-new park with drought-tolerant plants and trees and new irrigation and a new playground and new safety surface. So it's going to be all brand new and very exciting. So that's coming in the very near future. I'll pass around those 2 sets of pictures for you regarding registration and online capabilities of that. Staff has already done 3 different demonstrations with different registration software companies. It is a very large investment. I think a quote from one of the companies was about $50,000 a year for a registration system. So needless to say, we are shopping around and making sure that the company that we get provides our needs, but is also obviously makes sense financially and something that we can afford. So it's a bit of a balance. And I've appreciated staff taking time out of their day to sit down and do virtual meetings. Our 4th company to research, we are scheduled for this Thursday, and we're planning on doing some deeper demonstrations with with at least 2 of the different companies that kind of came out on top, and really just make sure that it's going to work for our needs and, of course, be affordable at the same time. As Roger mentioned, we do have staffing challenges still, but we're hoping to get a little bit ahead of the ball game before Christmas gets here before summer gets here, and be able to do all of our normal summer programming that our community has become accustomed to. So, any questions?
Julie, how is the vandalism in the parks and stuff and community gardens? And I know they vandalized the pickleball equipment at ABC Park. How is all that going? Or
It's still going.
it's still going on?
Unfortunately, yes, it's still going. We did have some security cameras put up at Bicentennial bathrooms because we had them completely locked for a couple of weeks just because it had been a nightly occurrence. So we just locked them all together, which is very unfortunate because there's a lot of people that utilize those, whether they're on a run or on a walk or anything. We had them unlocked, so then we put up the cameras and weren't up for 2 weeks before they were removed.
And these
Not by
are, these
staff.
are cameras on the outside of the building.
Yeah, oh, on the
Thanks for
exterior,
clarifying that.
yeah.
That's a stupid question.
Yeah. Chuck, you were going to ask, weren't you? Yes, these were on the exterior of the building. Unfortunately, they're no longer there. So we're not putting up any more security cameras until it's going to be like a heavy-duty one that they can't remove. So, correct, exactly. So we're hoping to still be able to leave them unlocked and be able to provide that to the community and pick up the pieces where we need to moving along, unfortunately.
Well, does the Boulder City Police kind of check on those things?
They do, but I mean, you have to be there at that specific time. We have staff in there at 4 and 5 in the morning as well that, come across different scenarios that, you wouldn't expect at 4 in the morning, so.
It's sad.
Any other questions?
Okay, item number 4 is the approval of the operational reports of the Aquatic Division. I need a motion for approval of those reports.
I move.
A second.
And we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we'll have a verbal report from Aquatic Coordinator Cherie Brennan.
Thank you very much. So, if you come by in the morning, we are very busy. The pool is full. However, we're only open 4 days a week still because of the staffing situation. But people are using the pool. They've figured out when to get there, where they can get a lane, or some have decided, yep, I can share a lane. Sometimes we've had as many as 3 in a lane. It's amazing. But Sierra and I are still lifeguarding a few hours a week to several hours a week,
but typically not needing to guard like full shifts anymore. We had one of our lifeguards who was a really good employee, left in September, came back, and her schedule is about to burst wide open, so I'm very excited about that. And she will also be able to teach swimming lessons here pretty soon. As far as returning staff, I think it's looking like I may have only 1 or 2 coming back from last summer, besides the young lady who's already back. We recently had 1 new high schooler start, and then we have 2 more part-timers starting hopefully by mid-April. They went through our lifeguarding class in February. We're looking at conducting another lifeguarding class in April, and we've had a little bit of interest. We get a lot of inquiries. However, not everybody is qualified to enter the class. They have to pass prerequisite skills before they're eligible for the class. So, but we will work with people. You know, if they have some basic swimming skills and they want to improve on that or need to improve on that, we are willing to work with them. I plan on training 2, maybe 4 swimming instructors. 2 of them are already employees. So hopefully this summer we'll be able to offer kind of our normal schedule of swimming lessons. Swim team is going gung-ho. They, both BCH and BCHS utilize the pool for a couple hours in the afternoon/evening. We've been able to increase our swimming lesson offerings. So this month we have a preschool class, a parent-child class, a level 2, and pre-swim. And then one of the instructors has been teaching private lessons, and he continues to do that. We get a lot of inquiries for that as well. Water fitness classes are great. We have one instructor teaching 4 days a week in the morning. The other one teaches 2 days a week in the morning, and she just added an evening class that's 2 days a week. Coming up, May is National Water Safety Month, and we've asked the mayor to make a proclamation regarding that. We will have activity books for kids, water safety fact sheets, and water safety booklets for adults available at the pool. Because of the timing of Bubble Down and our closure, it is always tricky to try to have any kind of an event during May. But we do have the elementary school days coming back. We'll reopen just in time for the last couple days of school, and so we'll get some of those grade schoolers in there. They get a water safety lesson and then get to play, have fun in the pool. Speaking of Bubble Down, we will be open for public through May 5th. We'll be open May 6th for the swim teams, and then we close for just a little over 2 weeks as long as all the projects go smoothly. We have to have a good chunk of the coping stone replaced, and it has to be dry, no water, in order for that to happen. But we do plan to open back up on May 23rd. The actual Bubble Down day is May 11th, which is a Wednesday. This Saturday, we have a special event we haven't held for a couple of years. We'll have in the past we've called it the Easter Pool Plunge. This year we're calling it April Fool's Day Plunge because it's the day after April Fool's Day. I thought that would be a nice little catchy thing, but basically we put toy-filled eggs in the pool, as well as some other floating toys, divide the kids into age groups, and they get to plunge in and collect their goodies. We'll also be open for a little while after that for open swim, since we haven't had much in the way of open swim for months. I'm optimistic, though, that things will be better by summer, as Julie said. I mentioned in my report that was part of the packet that we have a new eye wash station in the mechanical room, and it's so nice to be able to turn that on and not have to wait for the rest to clear, just in case you really needed it. We've only had one closure in the last couple of months, and that was when the blower motor went out. The timing of it was, is the timing ever fortunate? No. I happened to go in on that day to check the chemicals, and the blower was out. I was able to get a hold of building maintenance, who was able to get a technician out on President's Day. And that was ordered and installed just a few days later. So it was unfortunate but necessary to close during that time. But they got it taken care of quickly. And I think that is all I have to report.
I have a couple questions. On the being open 4 days a week, does that mean that like the swim team is only able to train 4 days a week?
They are training 5 days a week. We're not open to the general public for regular programming on Fridays, but we open for a couple hours for the swim teams to come in.
Okay, and then follow up to that is with these new staff members, will that allow you to then be open more, or is that just getting you kind of healthy for 4 days?
The first layer is to get both Sierra and I off of the lifeguard stand, and then we'll go from there and see if, it's like I always say it's kind of like a Rubik's Cube and a jigsaw puzzle and a labyrinth and all these things, trying to put the staff schedule together based on kids who have sports or whatever other things people have going on. One of the people coming on board has a full-time job, and she's doing this to help out because she sees a need. So her availability consequently will be, limited to a couple days a week. But
Is it safe to say that you have open vacancies that you would hire for now?
I will still hire, I'd probably hire at least 5 more lifeguards. I would, that might be enough for summer, might not be, might need more
So
than
for
that.
you or for anybody else in the department, how should a potential candidate find out about what jobs are open?
Go to our website. All of our job availability is on the website, www.bcnv.org.
/careers.
/careers. Okay, very good, thank you.
We have also, a lot of word of mouth. Hey, tell all your friends, those that are in high school, tell your friends. We have Terry Grothy, who also works at Snap Fitness, telling the young people in there, hey, you looking for a job? Go see Sheree.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Val?
Of course, because I was on the ad hoc pool committee and I'm at the pool all the time, right? Everyone asks me, when are we going to get the new pool? We passed the ballot issues. So what do I tell them?
I'll let Roger handle that.
Thank you. So 90% of the money that we make on the Toll Brothers homes goes into the pool. And so before we pull the trigger on getting a design concept, we're going to get that check from the Toll Brothers and then put that in the account, and then we'll have enough money to do a design of the pool. So it's getting very close. They're negotiating right now. There's a meeting, I believe, Thursday on that. And hopefully they'll approve the concept very soon, and we'll get a check, and we can start that process. So I'm very optimistic, and it looks good.
Any other questions?
I have a question. You were going to get a study done by a governing body about lifeguards and all that. How did that turn out?
I didn't pull the trigger on that particular company, partially because of the cost, partially because my professional view is that we need to get our staff up to a certain training level before we spend the money to have them come out and tell us. I don't want them to tell us no. I have found another person who can provide us with a similar type service at a much, much, much lower cost. So I'm in the process of communicating with him and figuring that out. So it's still on my list of to-dos.
Okay.
Anything else regarding the pool? Okay, our next our next item is a verbal report from Director Hall on Bootleg Canyon.
Thank you, sir. Well, mountain biking continues to be a very popular on the trails of Bootleg Canyon. The weather has been perfect. A number of major races have been scheduled and completed up there. We've had a major special event this past weekend. If you didn't go up there to see it in the detention basin, it was called Blood, Sweat, and Beers. And we had a few thousand people participate in this fun event. They get real dirty. They run around, and the detention basin is a very popular place. It's down in the ground. You can't see them. You can't hear them. They have fun. We collect their money, and then they go home. This is we found a lot of big events in the detention basin. It's very we like it there. Regarding the zip line, the owners have approached the city on possibly coming back, and I know they have contacted Brock Armentrout, our contracts manager, and their city contractor agreement with the city expires June of 2022. So I mean, it's going to expire, so they need to get with us and see if they can renegotiate a contract for opening up the zip lines. And that's basically it. The flowers are coming up at Bootleg. It's really pretty. You've seen a lot of animal life coming out. Be careful. The snakes are coming out as well. So be careful up there. But it's a beautiful place. So, any questions?
Hearing none, we'll move on to item 6. This is an opportunity for commission members to comment on things relating to the Parks and Recreation Department and concerns or comments from the public. Anyone?
Scott, I have one too. I wanted to let the commission know that we had some issues with one-wheel scooters, and you see them running around town. It's the one where you stand on both sides of it, and there's a tire in the middle of it, and they're very destructive to the trails up at Bootleg Canyon, because the only way you can stop on those things without falling on your face is to dig the back end of the scooter in. So it's digging, anytime you stop, it's digging out the back part of the trail. So in talking with Dan, he's a recreation coordinator in charge of monitoring special events up there, we have decided that the one-wheel scooters are prohibited on the trails because of the damage up there. So we'll be putting up signs up there that they are prohibited on the trails, and the ones that are up there right now using the trails, Dan is going to talk to them and let them know that. So I just wanted to pass that on, to the commission.
Is there a place for them to ride those?
Well, not on the trails. I mean, they ride them everywhere else, but not
on dirt paths that are maintained paths.
Well, they can ride it on the River Mountain Loop Trail. I've seen them on there. Any place other than the trails where they're damaging the one-track trails up there.
Okay.
So.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on to our last item. Item 7 is public comment. Anyone in the audience have a comment? I believe Diane Broomberg has something to say.
Oh, I always have stuff to say, not ever.
And she's joined with Alan Bowman.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you. You want us to do it in harmony, or would you?
Whoever's talking, speak into the microphone, please. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank Julie for letting us know that Broadbent was going to get the lines for pickleball. And question, are they dedicated lines for pickleball, or are there still other?
Well, tennis will still be.
Okay, and.
It'll be a multifunctional court. Oh, I have multifunctional for both pickleball and tennis.
Okay. And will there be bathroom facilities available if the pool is closed?
There will not be bathroom facilities available if the pool is closed, no.
Okay.
We don't have any right now.
And I wanted to let you all know that are on the commission that a couple of weeks ago, and it's only been a couple of weeks, we had a lot of people show up for pickleball, and we're going, okay, we have 3 courts and sometimes 4 courts. and 3 courts is 12 people. I have 59 signatures of people that would like to see a larger facility. 59 equals about 14 courts if they all showed up at the same time, which is unlikely, but a lot of people aren't playing because there's a wait time. So,
I don't know what you're doing with the money you're getting from the government, but we would like, I don't know what the procedure is either for considering a pickleball facility, a dedicated pickleball facility, the possibilities of it, or at least exploring it. I don't know if it goes through you or city council or who we approach first. So maybe at another time you can tell us as soon as you know. Or maybe you do know and won't tell us, I don't know.
hey. And when we say pickleball facility, we're just looking for a dedicated place for pickleball players. It doesn't have to be indoors, it doesn't have to be outdoors. We don't want to lose what we have because like on a day like today, you can't play pickleball. It's way too windy. You know, it's a wiffle ball. So, but we're finding more and more people showing up of all ages. I mean, we've had little kids come in, and it's fun to teach them, and they're fast. We're just smart.
Better looking too.
Thank you. All right.
Anyway, I don't
Any
know what
questions for us?
This is just some signatures. I don't know, do we present this to the city council rather than you guys, or?
Oh, you can present it to Scott, and then he can present it to city council.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would be the best way. And normally, the city council is gonna approve, any capital improvements that the city does. And, you know, we've been trying to figure out ways to get more courts in Boulder City. And, with the new courts down at Broadbent Park, we've increased it, 8 courts on those 2 other courts. So we have a total of 4 and 8, 12, 13, 15 courts in town.
Excuse
right
me,
now.
Roger, did you say you're going to have 8 courts at Broadbent?
Well, you take
2 on each tennis court.
yeah.
2 on each tennis.
2 on each tennis court? Okay,
I think you said it was 4 on each court, is that right?
that's what I thought.
Well, the recommendation from the company that we're working with right now was that they have had more success with 2 on each court.
On each court, yeah.
Yes, space-wise.
So then you anticipate to put
8
2 courts
total.
on each one of those 4 courts?
Affirmative.
Okay. And Alan, I believe you were referring to the ARPA funds, is that the?
Yeah,
Okay.
But we do appreciate the fact that you guys do have the facilities for us most of the time. So that's very good, and it doesn't cost us anything. Us old folks are on pensions.
Right.
But if we had 8 courts, I thought we were only going to get 4, but we can also, as a group, we can hold functions, we can hold tournaments, we can raise money to pay for new nets that we do need eventually, and the balls, we've been buying our own balls and just throwing them in. We just, collect the money.
That's good.
So, yeah,
Thank you, I guess.
but, all right, thank you.
Thank you both. Appreciate it. Any other public comment? Mr. Wright?
Yeah, Dave Wright here, Boulder City resident. I just wanted to add one thing. Maybe instead of worrying about more courts and everything, maybe we can expand our hours that we have now. Like we start at 9, maybe we could start at 8. And that would stretch out over the period. And some people would come in the morning, some people would come in the afternoon. Just a thought. Anyway, thank you for all your help. You guys have been great whenever we're looking for facilities or things to happen. You guys make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Public comment's also available by calling 702-589-9629 or via the Boulder City website. Again, that's 702-589-9629. Okay, hearing no additional public comment, I'll adjourn this meeting. Meeting adjourned.